Every time I stayed at my grandparents' house, I heard footsteps upstairs, slow, steady, always the same path. Across the room, then stopping at the far end. The strange part, no one lived upstairs. At least, that's what I was told. I used to ignore it. Until one night, the footsteps didn't stay upstairs. They came down. My grandparents lived in an old house in a quiet town. Nothing special about it. Just wood floors, thin walls, and nights that never felt completely silent. But there was one place I always avoided, the upstairs. Even as a kid, something about it felt wrong. Not scary in a normal way. More like, I didn't belong there. There was one room I hated the most. Long, narrow, closets on both sides of the door, a bed in the center, and a single window at the end. My grandparents told me a story about it once. The family who lived there before claimed something strange came out of the closets at night. They called it the gorilla. It would step out, walk around the room, then disappear again before morning. I never believed it, not until I started sleeping downstairs, directly under that room. It started small. I was half asleep when I heard it. Thump, thump, thump above me. Slow footsteps, moving across the ceiling. I froze, because I knew what normal house sounds were. This wasn't that. The steps crossed right above my bed, then stopped. Silence. I went to my grandfather. He just smiled. "Old house," he said. "It makes noise." I tried to relax, but I couldn't, because I knew I heard something real. Then it started again. This time it didn't stop upstairs. The footsteps came back. Same pace, same direction, across the room. Then stopping. A few seconds of silence. And then the stairs. One step, two, three, slowly moving down. I sat up in bed, listening. 4, 5. Pause. Landing. Then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It was downstairs now, on my floor, the same floor I was on. Everything in me went cold, because whatever it wasn't upstairs anymore. It was close. I pulled the blanket over my head. That's when I heard scratching. Not outside the room, inside it. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Wood. Slow. Deliberate. My grandfather's gun cabinet. The sound was coming from it, like something inside was dragging its nails down the door. Tap, scratch, tap again, right next to my bed. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. Then I screamed, and my grandfather came running in. Lights on, door open. Nothing there, no scratches, no sound, just silence. He said it was imagination, but I knew what I heard. Morning made everything feel fake. Sunlight makes fear smaller. That's what I thought. Until my grandmother spoke. She said something casually over breakfast. My niece heard footsteps too when she stayed here. Nobody laughed, nobody joked, just silence. That was when it stopped feeling like a coincidence. I grew up, moved out, got my own life, but I still visit sometimes. And every visit, it happens again. Not always loud, not always close, but always there. Slow footsteps upstairs, crossing the same room, stopping at the same place, never rushing, never changing, like something stuck in a loop. And I've learned something over the years. The worst part isn't the sound, it's the waiting for it to come again. I'm older now, and I still won't go upstairs alone. I don't need to. I already know what it feels like up there. Empty, but not empty. Sometimes I stand at the bottom of the stairs, just listening, no sound, just silence. But I never go up, because something in me says, don't. and I listen. People say old houses make noise, wood settles, walls shift, things creak. Maybe that's true. But old houses don't walk in perfect lines. They don't stop, they don't turn, and they don't come back night after night, exactly the same way. I don't know what's upstairs, and I don't want to know, because every time I go there, the footsteps are already waiting. If you were in that room and heard footsteps above you, would you go upstairs or stay exactly where you are, pretending you heard nothing at all?